Usually I explain political propaganda, but this one from Apple is a pretty good example, because it uses the same techniques as political propaganda. There is a difference between what is written here and what most people understand, so let me explain. First, the background of this message so you can better understand it. So whatever purchase you make in the Apple Store, Apple receives a 30% cut of the final price. And that also includes some in-app purchases like in-game currency and stuff like that. But for in-game purchases, if you are not using the App Store but rather the game's own store or a website, then obviously Apple doesn't receive its 30% cut. So obviously Apple is very much interested in having all in-game purchases made through the App Store. So instead of just asking you to use the Apple Pay system because it makes them more money, they are trying to scare you into thinking that the third-party solution is somehow unsecure or not private. But if you read it again, nowhere does it actually say that the third-party solution is actually dangerous or unsafe. Technically, the only thing that this message says is that this app uses a third-party solution for payment. But instead of just simply saying this information, they have this instead. Highlighting the security and privacy of Apple Pay implies that the third-party system is not secure or private. Just like saying that I wore my red shoes yesterday implies that I have only one pair of red shoes, so mentioning just this attribute, you can identify which pair of shoes I was talking about. Of course, you could just say that this is marketing for Apple Pay, praising its security and privacy, and that it makes no statement whether or not the third-party system has these attributes. But the red triangle signaling danger drives this point home, that this is not just information, but an alert about potential danger. So while Apple Pay did not make an objective statement that the third-party system is dangerous, so they cannot be held accountable for it, some people will still have the subjective understanding based on this, that the third-party system is dangerous. And it doesn't really matter what Apple says, what matters is what people understand. And Apple is not legally responsible for what people understand. And this simple trick is very common in today's propaganda and also advertisements, using suggestive messaging instead of using objective statements. Anyway, there is more propaganda explained on my channel. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. And a special thanks to my Patreons, J. Brandon and Ardabon.